Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.
All right, and we're live. Is that thing on? Hello, GM. How goes it, everybody? I'm here with Double O Tats, Not Another Bitcoin Podcast. Shout out to the Tangent fam. Shout out to Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to NFT the movie. The circus is in town for sponsoring Not Another Bitcoin Podcast. There's a link in the description for 10% off a Tangent wallet. Let's just jump into it, bro. It's good to see you again, Ash.
Good to see you guys.
How goes it?
Oh, I've been good. I'm on like a Celsius and a Culver. There's so much shit to do today, but yeah, doing good.
There's so much shit to do this year. It's crazy. It was nice to meet you at East Denver. Me and Double O Tats were saying we got to compare our cameras to the footage of that money booth thing, man. It was a pretty cool. That was like probably the most engaging like booth thing I've seen in a really long time, man.
I appreciate that. I mean, for me, it's crazy. We're an early stage startup, and you look at these big companies with a ton of money and just boring ass booths. Like, why go to a conference at that point? Like, cash grab. Like, we're all about yield and owning your money. Like, go and fucking get some cash.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. More visceral of an experience. And I got some actual swag too from the booth, which was cool. But then I got some, fiat too. I think I got like $13. I got to check the footage.
Yeah, no, and it was sent to your Axel account, not fiat, stablecoin. Send you USDC, and then convert that to Bitcoin, convert that to lending positions.
Bitcoin Cash, you can convert to Bitcoin Cash, right?
We'll work on it.
Oh yeah, we definitely gotta have that, man. Cause I'm sponsored by Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin Cash is the future. That's the closest thing to the original Bitcoin is Bitcoin Cash. So it's like we gotta have that implemented.
Yeah, absolutely. The mentality is like, what's the easiest gateway for people to go and just own their own money and access a lot of this stuff that's going on? For us, it's, of course, the cash grab. It's engaging. Like, we were talking to people not in crypto at all. It was like a family. It was like an old lady and then a grandchild, like 5-year-old and a 70-year-old, both doing the cash grab. Same pitch to them that I give to you guys even. And I know we'll dive into Axel.
That's why I love East Denver, bro. It's a free event, so a lot of locals just get a free ticket because they heard about it word of mouth and stuff like that, and they're like, "Yeah, it's free anyway. Might as well check it out. Take the kids out to see something, do something that's free."
Yeah,
and so
it
like,
was surprising how many locals were there.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
really surprising how many locals.
Well, I
there
mean,
were. Like,
the
I was like,
internet was
"Damn,
talking
you
shit.
get it too?" Like,
People made jokes about ETH Denver, like nobody was there. And I guess as a project who did have a booth and an early project, to say the least, is like, did you find it worthwhile, having the team there, having a booth, and being at ETH Denver? Would you do it again?
Yeah, not only will we do it again, we are doing it again at a bigger conference that's not even crypto focused. Like Denver was such a huge success for us. We were just talking about it. We're gonna be at South by Southwest in Austin next week. Like for
next
Congrats.
us,
week.
yeah. South by Southwest.
Damn,
Double O's
damn,
like, I'm
damn.
about to
See,
drive out there.
bro, that's crazy. Cause look, I got that, bro. Now it's really my mind blown because I literally, okay, at Tetra 9 Lounge, right? Kicking it with a guy. He's like, yeah, I'm going to Austin, Texas and stuff. You should come to the South by Southwest. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna look into it and whatnot. I go 2 couches over, and it's a lady. And she's from Austin, Texas too. And she's like, yeah, I'm hopping on the plane to get to Austin, Texas, and I'm going to South by Southwest. I'm like, what? That's crazy. Like y'all both from Austin, Texas. Y'all both telling me about South by Southwest. Like now you telling me the third person. Ooh, I might have to go. I'm gonna have to pull
It's
up.
good, man. It's good. I mean, for me, it's the target user. Like, I mean, it's what you guys do too. We're trying to get after folks that are not in this space that could benefit the most from it. That's why I'm in crypto. Give you guarantees. Like,
Well,
why
let's
build in the
start at
space
the
or be in the
beginning
space?
real quick.
Yeah.
Who are you, Ash? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Maybe tell us how you got into crypto and
Yep.
what Axel's doing in the space now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be fast here. Like, I feel like I'm not that special. I just like committed to something that I believe in. We've been able to build this out. But name's Ash, founder of Axel. Pretty young, graduated college a year or two ago. I was a huge debate nerd for most of my life. I grew up in Eastern Mass. I just loved arguing and researching topics. Never touched anything tech related, let alone crypto. Heard about crypto my freshman fall. Went to Harvard, terrible school for crypto. Lots of folks that are smart, but like nobody was really building. You have a lot of people are super conservative. They don't think about like what do you actually care about. You're just on the treadmill of life. I threw up over that after a month or two into school. Took an econ class, took a math class, very boring stuff. Started learning about crypto by doing research on the side. Like I heard about Bitcoin and started learning about DeFi summer. This is fall of 2020. So it was right after a lot of people started making money from a ton of ecosystems and things. Every week I just researched something new. Stable coins versus central bank digital currencies, Bitcoin versus all of that, Uniswap versus SushiSwap, yield and what that looks like. And I got so excited. Went to ETH Denver right after. So 2021, February or March, whenever they do it. And that's when I got hooked. It's like this whole ecosystem of all these crazy people that are excited about stuff. Did a bunch of hackathons over the years. Just traveling around the world, like ETH Lisbon, going to some of the Bitcoin conferences, just all these different places. And then hit it big. One hackathon project got us into this accelerator ran by A16Z, which is a big VC firm. And for me, that was the start of like, this is my life now. Like, you got validation enough that the space is cool over the past few years of researching it and learning about it. And you have like the capital to go and maybe try to build something. We pivoted a lot since then, but went all in on Axel's current vision a year ago. Team of 8, mostly in New York. Super simple vision. Best place to park the dollar. Banks take your money, they lend it out, they pocket that interest. What if you could own it yourself? Go and lend direct to over collateralized lending markets that, by the way, give you way better guarantees than some bank that's lending it out to some unsecured loan, some guy who has no collateral put up. And then the possibilities are endless. We want to be the best wealth app on earth, like in a world that's inundated by a lot of gambling apps, which I mean, I love too. I love doing like next field goal bets on DraftKings. I love like trading random meme coins, but like
You
you need a place to
degenerate.
park. Yeah. But you do need a place to park and preserve your wealth. And for me, that answer is not a savings account giving you 0%. That answer is not even a high yield savings account, as they're so called, that just give you
Yeah.
T-bill rates like 3-4%. That answer is DeFi lending. That answer is Bitcoin. That answer is lend direct to small
Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah. Absolutely. All this. So that's a little bit about my journey. I mean, my why, like I said, my why crypto is so simple, and I'd love to hear for you guys like what it is. It's crypto. Crypto gives you guarantees. Like code is fucking law. What I see is what I get. You don't this day and age. You don't have to be a genius who even reads the code. Talk to an LLM that goes and understands what's going on under the for you. But critically, you own your money, nobody else. That's just so powerful to me.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've been saying
exactly,
code is
exactly.
law for like 10 years since I figured out what SHA-256 was capable of. I was like, yeah, I mean, especially when you look at like the way they try to enforce laws around piracy and, how many people perform the act and how many people are actually in trouble for it. It's none because of how easy it is. It's damn near entrapment because of how easy it is to pirate something on the internet. You could
Right.
accidentally download a movie not even knowing you're breaking breaking the law. So nobody
Shit.
really does anything about it. And I feel like that's sort of where taxation and all those financial laws are headed as well, because of the ease in which you may accidentally be breaking them. They may
Yep.
not be able to enforce it anymore. 7-year-olds are
Mhm.
going to be implicated in tax evasion because they could launch a meme coin, they could do something, create 7, 8 figures, cash out, lose the money, get hacked, all this stuff at a minor age, where now who's responsible for the tax? The parents? They didn't even know. Their kid just had an iPhone and just so happened
Right.
to be a genius,
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
I think that the way that they're going to try to enforce law is through protocol and through code. And I do worry about, like, you need a license to be a tattoo artist, you need a license to be a barber. Eventually you may need a fucking government issued license to be a developer. And if companies get caught hiring
Mm.
you say that
Mm.
until you realize the only way they can start to enforce law is if they do it through the code.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That to me is a dystopian fucking future, man. Like
It's
you have to
dystopian
get a
as
license
shit.
to, yeah, it's just like the whole point of code is law is like different, and this is kind of how society's evolved too, right? Like the fact that you have like America and Canada, two different sovereign nations, like people that have different like principles and beliefs, whatever the fuck. Like you should be able to self-organize with communities and systems that you believe in, so long as they don't infringe on others. Like I'm extremely libertarian. I'm extremely like own your shit. That's a lot of the ethos behind so much of this. So the thought of we deal with this at the app level too. A lot of fintechs and financial companies and banks in the US, you got to get registered. You got to get money transmitter licenses to go, and it's so evil to go and move funds on behalf of your users. So like it
That's
makes
crazy.
sense if you have that much power, then you should probably get licensed. But people aren't questioning the fundamentals. Why give them that much power to begin with? Like, why give somebody the ability to go and move my money without my consent? And as a startup, I can't afford that shit. I think it's against my values. I should
Right.
be building
I
non-custodial
think
software
people
for your
might
own.
be changing that ethos with AI, because like people are giving AI their email and password to Twitter and letting it tweet on their behalf. There's wallets like MetaMask and I think Phantom that are integrating AI to like do DeFi on your behalf. So people are giving AI their seed phrases and letting it do things on their behalf in a way. I mean, has Axel looked at how maybe you could incorporate AI to do a little bit of that middleman litigation where it's like, now things are more passive income because I have an AI clicking the button instead of I have to keep clicking buttons?
Yeah, well, I fully agree with that. I have nothing against passive investing. I have nothing against like people delegating control even. Like I don't have the fucking time to do a million things. Most people don't, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't be actively managing or actively trading because it takes up too much time. The key thing though is like, are you giving up granular control or are you giving up all control? Like I'm okay with an agent trading on my behalf if it has, let's say, a restriction on what it can trade. Like only trade these types of tokens or only trade on these venues or these platforms. And by the way, the trading money is divorced from my freaking retirement account. Like that makes perfect sense. But yeah, we're doing a ton there. I mean, we actually shipped our rebalancer last week. Just a fancy word for like a quant in your pocket is how I think about it. Axel already scrapes all the different yield sources that are out there, like 20 plus different blue chip lending markets. So just all the stuff that we deem is already like it's good enough, but within that rates are changing all the time. Borrow demand is changing. Some do 10% on a given day, some do 20, some do 5. Somebody should be rebalancing as needed, but you don't want to give them full control of your money. That's where the
Right.
rebalancer comes in. Like gun to my head, I can do nothing on behalf of my users except for moving funds between this like list of whitelisted pools. That's all I can do. Any chain, any strategy that's in that whitelist, I cannot say give it to Tats like personal wallet. I can't do that. That's just against like in code governs that. That's the beauty of it.
Hmm. I feel that 100%. And like the fact that people are trusting AI to do those things with it with their money and stuff like that, that like really like creates a need for your app for real, for sure, because like we got to have some type of security to make sure, AI is not doing too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
and
framework.
yeah, the models are pretty good too. Like to give them like a lot of credit, like things have improved a ton. Like the odds of it hallucinating and doing something really stupid or bad is like low for the most part, but money is money. It's different from like build this app for me and it fucks up the color and I scream in it, right? That's very different from like you've transferred to a wallet that you shouldn't or you've made an investment that you shouldn't. So I think it's
Right.
super important to have those guardrails. But now we're super excited about AI. Like the engineers didn't let me code for a while because like I'm so out of it. Like I do a lot more on like the business side these days. But just spun up Claude 2 nights ago, pulled an all-nighter just doing iOS like bug fixes, like cool animations, like fixing like privacy screens for the app. When you swipe to other apps, it like hides your data kind of thing if somebody snatches the phone out of your hand. Like all this shit that I wanted to do for so long, and I'm not as good of an engineer as I used to be, you can spin this stuff immediately. Span of 3 hours, like 10 different features shipped with like decent levels of auditing and review already being done. So I'm so bullish on AI. It's just like guardrails when you need them.
Well, I guess from the business perspective for Axel, who's like the demographic audience for end user, and who's kind of like end game end user?
I think it's the same for me. It's like the end game is today, it's like this small subset of like tech forward people. I'd say 20 to 40 years old. You're excited. Maybe you're not the most crypto native, but you have some Bitcoin. Yeah, you know that banks are screwing you over. You know that you could be optimizing your wealth, but you're a software engineer, you're a waitress, you're a like you live in a city. Like that type of person who's already an early adopter. I can't sell to grandma just yet that easily. I can't sell to, let's say, college students or younger because they don't even have enough money to really think about wealth and savings. And even if they did, they just go and gamble it. Like that's at least what I did. Like I didn't really save anything. So there's a happy medium of like I'd say 20 to 40 or 50. Endgame is, I guess you could say everybody, but I do think it's just like that class of these tech forward 20 to 40s ends up becoming everybody. Like kids get more financially literate and do more stuff with money with every passing year. That's a double-edged sword. It's scary if it's done poorly and they don't have the right tools. It's amazing if it's done well with automations that still preserve their info and give them good yield and opportunities. So that's how I think about it. And it's fun to market to these folks. Like today we're doing a ton of Instagram and TikTok. We're doing a ton of like really funny clickbaity reels. I don't know if you guys have seen any of them. We're doing like office sketches of like we know the MoonPay guys well, visited their office in Soho, filmed a little video. Like
hey, MoonPay is fire for sure.
Yeah, awesome people.
You can buy Bitcoin Cash on MoonPay. Yeah, just want to bring that up, you know.
Yeah. Buy Bitcoin Cash on MoonPay. Buy Bitcoin. Like great people, good products. Like I think it's this fun time where short form content is everywhere. You got to be engaging and you got to like tap into narratives and trends, but you shouldn't lose your soul over it. Like, or and especially a soul like this, it's such a clear vision and product and need for an industry, different from like any AI slop B2B SaaS company that's like trying to get users. It's probably some generic shit or it's not that exciting. So that's what life is like on the business side for us right now. Get in front of people, work with some influencers, talk to folks like you guys who are cool. That's the whole goal.
So it's B2P, not so much B2B. You're not looking at like, trying to get McDonald's to build a 401k model with Axel, but more like the employees opt out of the corporate model into an independent, sort of 401k alternative with Axel.
Yeah, and like to give it some credit, like a ton of companies are trying to do B2B. They are trying to like sell their services to the existing giants. In my head, it's much easier for us to just rewrite it from scratch. Like it's easy to get a consumer to sign up compared to like the pain it takes to get a business to sign up. We're an early stage startup. There's a lot of proof points that we have and a lot that we got to build up, right? I don't have as much AUM as a BlackRock or Fidelity or wherever.
Oh, why don't you just do an ICO, man? That works for everybody else.
Yeah. It's like I also think philosophically, to your point, I'm much more excited about like own your money. I'm much more excited about getting consumers to download this fucking app and like go and start earning yourself than I am to like I don't see a world where like, and maybe this is how it plays out. I don't see a world where like Chase is like the dominant bank, let's say, for the next 50 years. I think Robinhood has already eaten a ton of market share. Fintech apps in general are doing it. People are like across the board, even beyond money, people are doing more things themselves than ever before just because tech is everywhere.
Oh yeah, look how much money Starbucks and Walmart have in their gift card services. They're basically legally banks at this point. I think Starbucks is a bank. Apple became a bank because of the gift cards that Dude,
Mr. Beast is becoming a bank. He bought a fintech company.
That's what happens when you have that much volume of money flow, you become a bank. So yeah, and when crypto says be your own bank, it literally can make that for everybody. What kind of happened to Starbucks and Mr. Beast will literally start to happen to I genuinely believe like 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 50-year-olds, everybody that's using this technology. There's going to be an overnight paradigm shift where it's just like, oh, that's the new infrastructure.
Totally.
It's almost like fiat is the true tulip bubble right now. And it's almost like the mirror Mandela effect of like, oh, Bitcoin's a tulip bubble. No, like literally fiat is the tulip bubble. It is about to just pop. And I think one day just fiat, delete. It's not worth nothing. Wheelbarrows full of cash trying to get a gallon of milk like in other places around the world.
That's a crazy
I remember seeing videos of pictures of inflation where it's like little ass kids with like bankrolls of money. I think it was in Germany or some shit. Cause like
for one juice and a bag of chips.
Bankrolls of money and shit. And it was like, damn, like that's what inflation to do. And it's like, damn, okay, y'all
And it
seeing the
happens
gradual
overnight.
of inflation. Like y'all sit there watching, y'all sitting there watching our economy inflate, but y'all not doing nothing about it. But it's
Dude, it's
like,
crazy. I mean, like, hell, you go beyond. I love this country. I love what I do, but like, there is a level of like, you go around the world. Like, there are so many assets beyond like fiat, beyond U.S. Treasury bills that the world is moving towards. Like, so much of what crypto enables and what these rails enable are like, go do shit direct, lend direct. Do you need a bank if you can lend direct? Probably not. Buy foreign bonds, invest in physical infrastructure, buy literal gold. I learned this the other day too. Like, if you buy gold on an ETF, so like through the traditional like fiat banking system or some brokerage, you're not getting spot exposure to gold, the asset. It's a bunch of futures contracts and other derivatives under the hood. When people buy that ETF, they're expecting to get actual gold and they can't get that. That to me is an obvious, like, it's a tulip bubble. It's the type of shit that's going to blow up. It's going to, like, why would I do that if I could get a literal bar that I can get shipped to my doorstep if I actually want it because the token represents that ownership? So I'm bullish on a future of like many different asset classes. Much less happening with fiat. Everything's happening on chain because it's transparent and automated, and you're already
Look
seeing
at
it.
what they're trying to do with the RWAs right now. The government's so
Yep.
involved, and it's going to be a top-down adoption scenario. I think everybody was so blindsided by this bottom-up adoption rate where, like, I go into a store, I ask them if they accept Bitcoin, they say no, so I leave, and then I go to a store until that store does. No, not really. It's going to
Yeah.
be pretty much the bank side down, the governance model down, where the infrastructure through the supply chain starts to require, not offer, but require using an like tokenized assets to be paid through with cryptocurrencies because everything's using blockchain technology. So with stable coins also with this new Genius Act, I mean, the framework is literally there proving that fiat's in a tulip bubble pop
And what people got to
scenario.
know is like this is bipartisan legislation. Like I understand that these emerging technologies are almost always like people make this shit partisan or it's like just this small group of randos or crazies. Not true at all. Like you have people on every side of the political spectrum from like me
Yeah,
to like
well,
the
this is
most
the
like
new space race. This is the
yeah.
space race. This got everybody to kind of get together throughout the country at some point, and we're like, all right, we need to invest in getting to the moon before Russia. Why? I don't know, but our flag needs to be there. The moon's ours. We need to get there, and we did it. We won, and like I think this is the next sort of
did
space
we
race.
though? Did we though?
Did we?
I mean, hey.
Well,
That's
if you got a good enough telescope, I think you can see the flag, right?
It's so sick. I actually didn't know that. That's crazy. The other thing too is like it's not like it is happening and it's growing. It's also already fucking here. PayPal has their own stablecoin, PYUSD. If you have Venmo on your
Yeah,
phone, like most
dude.
people do, you can just go and get PYUSD instantly. And by the way, start earning yield on it too on a Morpho Vault on mainnet. Takes you like a minute end to end. It's a little clunky, but it's getting better. We work with the Robinhood team. If you have Robinhood on your phone, 1 second, get money straight into Axel, earning 6 to 10%. Like this future is here. It is not coming.
Yeah, I could see the stablecoin model flipping to preemptively get away from the fiat crash because the stable coins could be instead paired to $1 one stable coin could be worth said X amount of like Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, so it could be 0.000001 whatever. That's the stable coin backed by that much Bitcoin in its holdings. And that way, when fiat or if fiat goes, it's still a stable coin. It's still worth X amount of Satoshis at all times. But I think that's maybe, or maybe in gold, because RWAs may get involved. Stable coins might go back to being a set amount worth of gold and weight. But I do think that there's so many derivatives now and alternative off and on ramps to get away from stable coins paired to dollars. Even USDT and USDC have a basket of different assets outside of the dollar to hedge against the fluctuation of the value. So I don't see that basket getting any smaller. Maybe it'll become a 60, 70, 80% basket. At some point, it'll be such a dominance of a mixed bag of coins.
Absolutely.
Maybe the dollar, it doesn't really matter anymore in a stable coin economy because it's not backed by the dollar anymore. They can
The reality of it is
slowly
like
get away from it.
It changes all the time. Like obviously, like I'm not the biggest fan of like a Russia or a China, but if you look at their sovereign reserves and like backings in their federal banks today or their central banks today versus 10 years ago, totally different. 10 years ago, Russia is buying US T-bills. Now, absolutely fucking not. Buying a lot of gold. Same with India, same with China. So to your exact point, I'm excited about the tech, credibly neutral tech, where like the backing for an asset or the backing for my like wealth that I hold can be anything under the hood. Every year this changes, market dynamics change it, maybe more gold in 2026, less gold in 2027, more fiat today, hopefully less fiat down the line. Like this stuff always changes. And I think the critical thing is nobody has a magic ball like oracle where you can predict what it is, but you should be able to change it on the fly, cater to your own needs, not just some external party that's doing it for you where you have no say.
Right. That's the importance of having the control and power of our own money. Yeah, I feel that 100%. We should be able to pivot and adjust, maybe use a different coin, use a different crypto, you know what I mean, for different tasks and stuff. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, and then the AI agent knows all this shit too. It's like what I want to build really is like a paycheck straight into Axel, 10% to gold, 5% into Bitcoin Cash, like 10% into over collateralized lending markets on Morpho that are doing fucking 20% APY. A little bit money into a meme coin even or a fucking perps position. Like everybody has this basket. It's different from person to person. Let them create their own basket. Let them go and do it. And we have the tech to do it. Nobody's brought that product to market. And to the earlier question too, that's why I'm bullish on doing it myself.
I did get direct deposit in 2016. I don't know if the platform's still around because like so many awesome platforms that actually did shit in 2016 don't. But it was called Bitwage, and I gave them my Bitcoin address. They gave me an account number and a routing number. I gave that to my boss, and my direct deposit every week was sent to my Bitcoin wallet in Bitcoin instead of the bank in USD. And I was sort of like, that was my way of getting back at like fractional reserve, banking and stuff, where I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna, make the dollar worth a little bit more because they're gonna be able to print less of it because I'm not storing my value in it. So it's sort of like a little mini protest. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
curious
yeah.
about Axel. Is there KYC or like what's the on ramp experience like for like the end user?
Yeah, ramping's the one area where it's tough. Like Axel itself is fully non-custodial, like we've talked about. When you sign up, we spin up a wallet that only you have the private key of, and I have granular permissions. This is all handled by physical hardware. Like I got my iPhone right over here. There's a physical chip in an iPhone called a secure enclave. That secure enclave does Face ID for them. We're applying that same tech along with on-chain permissions for what I'm allowed to automate and what I can't. So Axel itself in its bare bones fully non-custodial. Ramping's tough just because when you're going from fiat to on-chain digital assets, somebody almost always requires KYC. We work with a lot of folks. Of course, MoonPay requires you to KYC, but once you've done it once, you're good to go. Lots of good geo support there. Bridge requires you to KYC. If you want to get an account and routing number spun up, you probably have to KYC for that. We don't do it ourselves, but we work with the best third parties. And that's why I love some of these other on-ramp options where you don't have to KYC again. If you already have a Robinhood account, if you already have a Coinbase account, if you already have a Revolut account, no need. Click one button in Axel. It already connects to that, pulls money straight from your buying power or your cash balance or your positions there into Axel. So I think that's how you get around the friction. But yeah, that's to your exact point. Like your way of getting back at the system was like moving off of fiat through direct deposit itself. That's what we're doing too. Like move off of fiat into these digital asset like yield generating positions. You got to deal with the pain of fiat to move it over, let's say at the start, but then you're done. Then you're good to go. Fully non-custodial wallet, get it out of Axel, move it wherever the fuck you want, anything you want.
Yeah, I think
Hell
stable
yeah.
coins are going to catch on through the before Bitcoin and all that. I think obviously stable coins are going to be, I think payroll issuers, those companies are going to see the value in using the technology to save, through their own frictions. And that's just going to be like a byproduct downline of the businesses paying their employees in it because the payroll company decided it's more efficient to use it. And that's where
Mhm.
people are even if you work at McDonald's or if you work at like a car wash or you were self-employed even, most likely going to be starting to get paid in stable coins very soon. We saw how quick things like PayPal took over the economy in like the peer-to-peer way, even with fiat before crypto, and even platforms like what is it, WeChat. It's a
Yeah.
social media bank chat platform. It's kind of a unicorn of an app, It's so I think that is sort of the precursor of seeing like we're like we're in a new stone age kind of, so to speak. Like we have all this technology around us and we're finally starting to figure out how to utilize it.
Totally agree. Hey, the WeChat analogy hits. I'm sure you guys saw yesterday and the day before, Elon's talking about his X money thing all over.
No,
Like
wait, what?
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
I have him blocked and muted, so that dude doesn't get into my reality.
now they're talking
But fill
about
me
they're
in.
talking about being able to buy Teslas with his coin.
No. It's like they're literally to the earlier point of like everything's becoming a banking app or a fintech app. Like just
Mhm.
like what WeChat and Alibaba have done for like Asia and China. Elon's doing that with X. Like it's your social media hub, and now like have a bank account through them, and they have FDIC insurance. Go and pay other
Oh,
people. Like
okay.
social is merging with that type of stuff. So I agree. And on the payroll side too, it's already happening. MoonPay is partnered with Deal, DEEL, like one of the biggest like startup. It's still startup-y focused, but huge company doing payroll software. I saw yesterday Western Union is doing something with Solana related to
Oh
stablecoin.
wow.
Like this shit is here. It's happening. But yeah, I mean, on my end, it's like if everything's coming on chain, you don't want to lose the ethos again or the soul. Like it's a terrible world if everything's regulated stable coins that I can only access through these individual parties. So you got to make sure shit's fully on chain with permissions, even if you have to go through the fiat rails. And these big giants probably aren't going away anytime soon, but they do have to redefine their business model and start thinking about doing things more on chain.
Oh yeah, people are gonna get real pissed at seeing, because everything's so transparent. People are gonna get pissed seeing how their money is making money for others and
Yeah.
not for themselves. Like, I mean, obviously you're gonna see traditional means going through the ways that, like, what they do with your money. But like when you see an alternative like Axel that I could opt out of giving the business I work for and the bank I bank with the opportunity to take my money and make money with my money and not give me a percentage of that money they made with my money, the incentive to join Axel and participate in being my own bank and finding ways to basically employ my money. If you find a 9 to 5 job for your money, you can spend the money your money makes without spending that money you send to work. And that's basically what
Absolutely.
businesses do and banks do already.
I cannot have put
Double
that
O,
better,
you
man.
gotta mute yourself, fool. How do I mute this guy? There we go.
Yeah, I totally agree. I couldn't put it any better. Like now it's possible to. And what we tell people too is like we have all these grand visions. You want to grow a lot. You want to get fully on chain. Like that is a future that is coming. Start with $2 fucking. Like download this mobile app, Apple Pay straight in, see it working for you before you like fully commit. And I think that's like it's a very like easy way to get started. Like gone are the barriers. There's no seed phrase. There's no gas. There's no like oh what if. It's like on your iPhone, just in your hand, Apple Pay. Don't even think about all these rails. And yet,
Right.
just like that, you're magically doing it. So it's fun to finally have the tech. I feel like a couple years ago when I was first getting started, like it's you have to be in the know, kind of. Now there is no like in the know. You can just go and do it. You can start doing stuff on
Yeah,
chain.
but what are your thoughts on like IP and all the trademarky shit around code and like the ease in which a vibe coding is to like sort of hard fork a project or clone it? Where do you see that for Axel? Is this something that you wouldn't mind people reverse engineering and hard forking, or is this something that you own the IP and rights to that you don't want to see out there spread? Like, I'm very curious because when I see projects doing awesome shit like this, the
Yeah.
incentive to compete is there. And now with vibe coding and everything else, the way litigation's kind of growing around it, it may stifle innovation, but it may also help it thrive for those who actually contribute. So I'm curious, like, from the founder side, from a business stance, like, what are your thoughts on like where the future is going of like, copy pasting of projects?
Yeah, I mean, we're a little biased because I think we have a fun, clever like solution, I guess, on the business model side to this that I don't think it hurts innovation or competition. Like it gets back to what we've talked about a lot when it comes to permissions. Like I am fully like you see what's happening with their money. My user owns their money. I have granular things that I'm allowed to do. Those are handled by this secure enclave. Any transaction I want to do on behalf of my user has to go through this like literal black box, this open sourced immutable set of code in order to be processed. But when I ping that black box can be fully proprietary. So for us, that's where we're doing like the tracking. It's like Axel has the best, truly a quant in your pocket. We have the best team and the research and the algorithms that you maybe don't even have to fully know about, or I don't have to fully disclose, but I do disclose the shit that you do care about. Like I run a lot of low latency nodes or infra to detect the second it's good to get into a new position, or the second it looks like asset A is crashing, get into asset B. All you care about is like, I cannot steal your money. All you care about is that your funds are always in asset A or asset B. nowhere else. So I think this is kind of the way that the internet works today, even like just to give like Web 2 some credit. Like Google, when you're signing into different websites, all usually has like a consent permission checkbox thing. It's like Google's allowed to like read your emails but cannot send on your behalf, or like other granular permissions, and you like we all blindly just hit continue now. Like exact same setup should occur for businesses that want to thrive. It's a happy balance between like users own their shit, there's competition, absolutely compete with me on like getting the best yield for users. I'm bullish on our team, and I don't have to disclose that secret sauce. I just have to disclose the stuff that people actually do care about.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I remember when miners were switching between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, BTC and BCH, because of, in the second they would be able to accurately tell when it would be more advantageous to like mine Bitcoin Cash instead of Bitcoin. And then now it's sort of became this like switching from Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin to AI. And now AI's kind of involved itself in not just the recipe, but writing the recipe. I think we're going to be seeing more of linear movement because of how involved it is, how much these assets have been, how many derivatives there are, the ETFs, the futures. I mean, there's with AI involved through arbitrage even. I don't see much of this volatile opportunity that we've seen the past, 16 years in crypto, in Bitcoin at least. Do you
What I'll say
kind
is
of
like there's
see
always
that
something.
too? The linear, like, are we seeing more of like a linear future, or do you see more volatility ahead? Are there still opportunities, or is this AI arbitrage financial like thing just creating a world of universal basic income essentially?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree on, and you're seeing it too. It's like Bitcoin is less volatile than it might have been way back in the day, or like there's much more liquidity across the board. Like people always say this, like the magical DeFi rates are going to get compressed as more like
Even the hash power
RWA.
is less volatile as the
Yeah.
price. It's everything's stabling out.
Yeah. So I agree with that on one hand. The only thing I'll say is that there is always something that is new. And that goes across like tech, but also across like yield and opportunities. Like you go back 2 years ago, there's a company called USDAI, which is like tokenizing data center lending. Like it is like straight up invest in AI, invest in like these warehouses that have GPUs. And like that type of thing is new that did not exist a few years ago. You could get 19% on Pendle with PTs investing in this thing like a week ago, the last time I checked. There's always something new where even if like all the existing asset classes that we know and love slowly become old and compressed, there's always something that might be new and lucrative that somebody has found before everybody else. And then eventually that goes mainstream and there's something new. It's like, I don't know, if you're the first guy, if you're Ford in 1920 inventing the Model T, that's like, okay, you have some edge and some secret sauce and the market needs you and there's no other car company. Cars get commoditized, rates, cost goes down. I don't know, airplanes and then like fucking flying cars, self-driving cars. Like that's high level. That's how I think about it. And for a business like us, when it comes to yield, same thing. Like everything is new is new at one point, then becomes old, then there's something new that people want to get. And that's where I stand. I'm not taking a bet on like yield source A is ever better than yield source B. I'm taking a bet on like the infrastructure and app that makes it easy to manage this stuff, regardless of what is good or bad at any point in time. That's where people will be. That's why you park money at a bank. It's like yeah, like 200-year-old institutions. Oh, they've weathered the storm. They've lasted a while. So I think it's like rebuilding that level of trust with this new ecosystem. So I guess that's like a long way to answer the question. I think like you'll see a lot of things that previously were new with frothy yields and returns getting more compressed, but there will be a new thing.
I got a question. So about has Axel been investing into NFTs or real world assets or anything or about that?
Yeah, not nothing on NFTs, nothing on RWAs just yet. We want to do it. Like I brought up USDAI, it's a cool company. Brought up like small business lending. We're in the process of exploring that. A lot of people like you can get a lot of liquidity investing in real world assets, and there's a lot of like real world assets that have been gate kept, like private credit, gate kept, early stage companies, gate kept. Like only the rich. Even if you go back 1,000 years, like who is allowed to go and get a gold bar? Kings and queens, like nobody else. Who is allowed to own land? Kings and queens. Like the beauty of this tech is it democratizes access for as little as a cent. If you have an internet connection and at least a cent, you can go and invest in anything. That's what I want to do. So we're starting off with the 0 to 1s, like the brand new asset classes that retail could historically never access. To me, that's like Bitcoin and Bitcoin yield. That's what we do today with over collateralized lending, like Lend Direct. Those are all brand new innovations. And then of course, I can do the stuff that's not brand new, that's just better on chain. Like it's better to hold US treasuries and money market funds on a blockchain than going through Treasury Direct, the worst website UI I've ever seen in my life, or dealing with like lockups from a bank that pockets like half of
that
that.
will accidentally lose your shit and be like, oh, we don't know who you are anymore. You gotta prove you say, I heard too. Oz the crypto goat in the chat said something that really sparked my interest. Said tokenized water will be huge. And you know what's crazy? People don't realize that water is already an investable vehicle. It's not a tokenized asset, but it is an asset. People already invest in water futures. There's companies like Nestle who like literally own all the water in California. They literally have a monopoly on like the public water supply. And yeah, dude, like tokenizing water is going to be insanely big. Especially when these RWAs that people have these monopolies on the back end that don't really get talked about because they also own the mainstream media as well through like huge sponsorships. That's going to be public. All of it's going to be transparent. And cool thing about Chainalysis is it works for everybody. So we're going to be able to follow those, water tokens and the electric tokens and the carbon tokens and clean air and all that shit. And we're going to see how much the Red Cross really does for people with the money they get.
Totally agree. I met a guy just literally in my tiny bubble of the world in the office, the co-working space that we work out of in New York 2 days ago. He's tokenizing uranium, like similar thing, like going just straight up. And like turns out, of course, banks are excited and these like gate kept like these institutions.
Well, there's a supply chain for it, but it's not tokenized and things get lost. Paperwork gets fucked up, and that's when we have like SEAL Team 6 have to go to work overtime.
And there's another guy I met who's doing like tokenized spice trades. Like there's a lot of small businesses that just do fun shit. Like companies in Bangladesh, there's a geographic arbitrage. If he grows his spice there and sells it in India, he wants a shit ton of loans, but it's Bangladesh. There's not good info for him to get out a loan. What if you could lend direct to that business that's doing like 15, 20% APY? He gets USDC, converts it to whatever he needs to do to run his business. You get yield just fully on chain. Like this is such a magical future. Like I'd argue, again, just to give Web 2 some credit, if you think about the fintech giants like Robinhood, what was Robinhood's whole innovation? Like previously, it's impossible to invest. It takes a lot of time. You need a brokerage account. You got to be an accredited investor. Democratize access to individual stocks on your fucking phone in 2 seconds. Like
literally,
why not do the same thing with yield? Like people already put their money where your mouth is. Like Wall Street's bets culture of like invest in GameStop or AMC because I love movies and I love gaming, or like
it's interesting you bring up the gambling betting side of things. And Double O was bringing up like NFTs and RWAs, and I'm curious. We're seeing like what is that, Kalshi, Polymarket, all these prediction markets, and sort of like not gambling or not betting, but like these prediction betting platforms. Is that another avenue in which we could see Axel participating in a way I could get into these prediction markets through Axel where I don't have to be as involved?
Yeah, it's a good call out. Absolutely. In my head, I never want to be like, I don't want to compete on the spot in the gambling. Like that's like they have their own apps. There are places that you can go and do that. I think I lose a bit of the ethos of like, this is a wealth app, but you could do, I saw a tweet where some guy was doing like a parlay almost of low probability poly market bets, like odds of like America getting destroyed this year. Like 1%.
The easy wins. That's what I'm saying. If Axel could filter that out, and I could easily apply a percentage of like whatever to the, because there are some that people make as memes and jokes that will never pay out, and then there are ones that are misworded, right? Like I think Polymarket just said the government has said that this is not a war, so all the bets saying that America was going to go to war with Iran, they all lost because it's not a war. So I think if you could find the cliff high vernacular, kind of ingredient there, it would be cool to see Axel get involved in prediction markets as well.
No, it gets fun. I mean, for me, the more useful thing relevant to the rest of my asset classes as well is like prediction markets as a data source for this rebalancer. Like if this, then that logic. Like if there's a poly market feed that's tied to like gold prices are going to spike, what are the odds of it? Oh shit, maybe our algorithm should like put you more in gold. Or like, oh shit, it looks like Powell's going to cut rates. Like maybe get out of T-bills or get out of the safer shit. Like that's the type of stuff that happens with like the guy in the corner bank that my mom uses for fucking banking who doesn't know how to trade and like loses a lot of her money. Like why not own that yourself? Like having
that's real big picture, like chicken and egg philosophy, kind of flipping the paradigm there. We're like, we'll use it on the other side instead of participating.
Yeah, that's exactly
what you said. As a call sign.
Yeah.
I guess following, yeah, I guess like if you could link Axel to like Nancy Pelosi's trades and we just follow
Yes.
her for the rest of her life, we'll be set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so much. I mean, there are apps that just do that, like the fucking Nancy Pelosi trading Twitter account, company called Autopilot, not crypto at all. They're pretty big. They got a mobile app that's pretty big. There's a another guy who went to Harvard. I think he was a couple years above me, named Stephen Wang, founded a company called Dub, just DUB, doing pretty well as well for copy trading. Like, what is copy trading on steroids? It is like this agent that knows literally everything about the world and it knows your preferences and it's just going and cooking. It's like it knows that my mom is like very risk averse, but she should probably be allocated a bid in this thing that she knows a little bit about, like Bitcoin or like over collateralized DeFi lending. It knows that I'm like way too degenerate of a gambler for my own good. So maybe it has a guardrail to like go and put me more into something that's safer. Like that's not just copy trading. That's like your own preferences. It's like something working for you with your intentions as opposed to black box institution, robo advisors, quote unquote, fucking like private wealth advisors that you have to be rich and powerful for and you also don't know what they're doing. Like, yeah, it's so obvious that this is the future. My whole job right now is just to make sure we're the guys that like win a portion of that massive market, very
Yeah.
untapped. Like, I don't die from the idea or the bet being wrong. I die from like not getting the message right, not onboarding people in an intuitive fashion, the product not fucking working, being too risky even, and like losing my users' funds. Like that's why it's like it's a wealth app.
All right, well,
Mhm.
here I'm curious about how, and this is something I usually ask off air, but since we're talking about making money, I feel like it isn't
Yep.
too, I would hope not too disrespectful to ask. It's almost like asking a woman how old is she or how much she weighs. Like it is going to come off, and I feel, but anyway, it's on topic, and I feel like we can talk about this. If not, we can skip it. But how does Axel make money? Does Axel, the company, use its own self as a proof of concept to stay in a position to financially be successful, or are you not a customer of your own product? You know, I know they say don't get high on your own supply, so it is a hard ask, but I hope it wasn't too off the
No, no,
cuff.
no. And I'm glad that you we like short answer, all of our fucking money, including our own personal money, like what I pay out in salaries, where like I have no business knowing what my employees are doing with it. It's their money, is in Axel. Like all of the venture dollars that we have raised is sitting in Axel. Would I advise that today, given the current state of the product, to like most people? No. Like I don't think anyone should be 100% allocated to over collateralized lending markets. I do think it's in a position today where it's like 20 up to 40% of your money should be in something like this, but it's growing. There's a lot more to do. There are other assets that are worth it exploring. But me as a business, absolutely, I should be putting all my money to work in the thing that I'm pitching people to go and earn off of. And we've had all of our money in this since we pivoted towards this idea a year ago. We processed billions of transactions. I do a demo in my treasury account on half of the calls that I get on to build trust. Like I show people in front of their eyes, here's $1 million moving back and forth between an Axel account and my fucking Chase Bank account. And it's so easy. There's no lockups. It builds up trust. It builds up trust when you, and like companies don't do this anymore, which is sad. Like Claude kind of does it. Claude Cowork, the creator of it, was or like the main guy at Anthropic was saying that it was like the old models that were help building the new one. Cursor is being built by Cursor. VS Code is built by like VS Code. Like it's good to build things and to use things and to empathize with your user. And our business model is also super simple. We're not monetizing right now. We just take a spread on yield. Like if I'm doing all this work and we're getting people returns that they cannot get anywhere else, I will take a little bit of that. If I'm generating 10%, I'll take 0.5 or 1. If I'm generating 20, I'll take 2 or 3. It's very aligned with users because if suddenly rates go down a shit ton and I'm still taking like all that money, you're going to leave the platform. Like why would I use Axel if like they're promising a good yield, but I'm getting worse than my bank because I'm stealing all of it. Most business models are not aligned with users. Like most transaction fee business models, like meme coin trading apps, even Coinbase, the centralized exchanges make money when Bitcoin goes down or whether it goes up. Axel,
Yep.
not necessarily. I only make money if my yield goes up and I generate yield. Like that's something that people don't think about enough.
Oh man, that was a great answer. Yeah, I'm happy I
Yeah,
asked.
that
I
was
felt
fucking fire.
uncomfortable because like not a lot of projects really do utilize what they offer. You know, especially like ETH Denver. It was so weird. I was running into projects that had booths, and right next to them there was a company doing something that they're explaining to me. They're looking for a solution. I'm like, you have this problem. You're looking for this solution. Have you met your neighbor?
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, none of the projects really worked with each other, let alone use their own selves as proofs of concept. So it is, again, you're right. It definitely builds some confidence hearing that
Actually, I
not
think
only
there
the
was like
project but the team uses it.
There was like a meme I saw like a few months ago. It was like Chipotle's CEO doesn't eat Chipotle or something. And when I see some shit like that, I'm like, why would I like all credibility lost? That's just like you're trying to sell something that you don't use yourself. Fuck you. Like I
Facts.
genuinely
Yeah. They just show like a CEO of McDonald's taking like a
Trying to
little
eat a
bitty
burger.
bite. And
yeah.
That's
just
Jamie
crazy.
Dimon doing a Bitcoin transaction in public. He could do $1 billion, but he's gonna do $420.69. That's he's comfortable with that level of a Bitcoin transaction.
Right. That tells you that he's clearly not comfortable with the Bitcoin transaction at all.
No, just like knows enough to pander to the people.
Actually, that's
Yeah.
hilarious. We live in New York. JP Morgan and
Oh,
Jamie
this is a crazy accusation. I will bring this to the attention of the people, Mr. Person in the chat. Mr. Bitcoin down here says this is the new BitConnect for 2026. Oh shit.
Woo-hoo.
So,
Fire.
how does Axel differ from BitConnect when it comes to the overall scamminess of crypto? How am I safer? What separates Axel from BitConnect?
You guys already know the answer. It's everything that I've been talking about on this pod.
Hold on, wait, because I just said some bullshit. I think so.
Yeah.
Was Bitcoin like? Is that a BitConnect is a bad thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
BitConnect was a scam, bro. It was like way back in the day.
Yeah, there's
I'm
so
over here
many
like fire with BitConnect.
That's a clip.
There's so many fucking
okay. Now I know. All right, go ahead. Get back there.
there's BitConnect, Celsius, BlockFi. Like many people got fucked by these things that were promising
I
a
was
lot
thinking
of the
somebody was
things
going to mention Celsius before BitConnect, but yeah, what separate? I know but apparently they missed that. So let me ask this for the clip. Ready? We're going to start over because we're going to clip this. So what separates Axel from Celsius or BitConnect?
Yeah, short answer, we're actually non-custodial. What you see is what you get. Open source code for the permissions that we're allowed to take and the shit that we're not. Celsius and BlockFi and BitConnect go under because they're posing as crypto companies when under the hood it's no different than like a big exchange out there or a black box bank. They're taking your funds and doing shit with it that you have not consented to. For us, it's simple too. Even if you've never written a line of code, 50 lines of code open source in this immutable execution environment, you always have a private key, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm only allowed to propose things to that. The lines of code are easy. It's a whitelist. I'm only allowed to move your funds in and out of these agreed upon lending markets that you trust and that you've seen. And if you hate those at any point in time, get the fuck out. You don't need to go to my website. My website goes down. You don't trust anything on our site. You have that private key. You can get out. That's the short answer. Like people that have claimed high yield in the past have gotten it by taking on too much leverage or not disclosing all their risks. And critically, even if you don't disclose all the risks, they could just do whatever the fuck they wanted because it was not actually non-custodial. For us, fully non-custodial.
Okay, then.
Hell yeah, mic drop, for real. Yeah, no, you must have came in late, bro. This is definitely nothing like that. I just wanted to get a great clip for YouTube Shorts for later. Thanks everybody in the chat. Much appreciate the participation. I guess if you want, we're coming close to the end here. What's the roadmap look like for Axel.com? 2026 seems to be something that's gonna flash in a pan. I feel like December is going to be here before I know it. Time traveling through this year. I can see how fast 2025 went by. And now with AI, I got what is it? ChatGPT 5.2 now. And we're on Banana 2. And I mean, AI is making AI like you mentioned. Do you have a living roadmap or a set in stone kind of roadmap for where Axel.com's headed by the end of 2026? Sort of walk us through your year.
Yeah. I mean, what I'll say is exactly what you said. In this day and age, nothing is set in stone. You got to react constantly to the market, to tech innovations, to upgrades. But our vision's super clear. Our principles are locked and loaded. That's like being the best place to park the dollar. That starts with over-collateralized lending markets like what we have today. We're just shipping our rebalancer. So all these automations under the hood that are non-custodial but still helping you juice your yield. I want to do more asset classes. We want to add Bitcoin and Bitcoin yield over the next 1 to 2 months. We want to add on lending direct to small businesses, add on gold, add on other rare metals that you can't easily get for actual exposure. So that's a lot of the product side, just making the yield good and expanding the set of offerings that we have, because that builds up trust. Like today, maybe somebody doesn't like Bitcoin, but they like DeFi lending, or the flip. They don't like what I have today with DeFi lending, but if I add on Bitcoin, they'd love to use Axel over Coinbase or some exchange that's like screwing them over on fees. the part that I get more excited about for this year is just the distribution and go-to-market side. You guys obviously saw the cash grab. More of that, more conferences, more in-person events, like actually engaging with people outside of the community, outside of the bubble. That gets so much fun to me. Like being able to get into a long, heated argument with somebody where I'm just trying to educate and explain crypto's not all a scam. Look at how much it's changed. And then at the end of that conversation, them downloading my app. That's why I do this. That's the whole, like, that is the joy. That's what makes this fun.
I love to hear that because you're talking about, doing real world stuff where engaging with people in real life. And that's like kind of like my lane. That's my strong suit. I'm doing crypto tattoos, so I'm taking crypto world and putting them on real person in real life, and I'm teaching them about crypto in the process, So like to be, involved with your app and Avail, like that would be really cool for me because like I said, it's what I do for a living. I walk around every day talking to people about crypto, giving them crypto tattoos, you know what I mean? And and by the end of the conversation, I'm sending them some BCH and then they're downloading their Celine wallet, you know what I mean? So
just gave me an idea. I'm about to put him on. Yo, Ash. So Double O Tats, I met him. He was doing tattoos on the sidewalk outside of a vape shop, and I was like, all right, I need a tattoo from this guy. He met people in the Bitcoin Cash community at a crypto party, tattoo party. He submitted a proposal to Bitcoin Cash asking for funds to give away free tattoos to anybody who wants a free tattoo. And you know how flash tats are. People don't care what they get for free as long as they get a free tattoo. So he gives them Bitcoin Cash, like themed free tattoos, and he gets funded by the community. You, Ash from Axel, you could submit a proposal to the Bitcoin Cash fundme.cash, and you could ask for some money that you would be giving to people on Axel when they get the cash out of that money machine. So I don't know if you're paying out of pocket for that like money that people get, but you could actually submit a proposal to Bitcoin Cash, ask them for funding, and specifically give people Bitcoin Cash for the cash they get out of that wind machine. So now that money's not coming out of your pocket, you're helping one project market while you're doing marketing for your project.
I'm so down. I'm so down. The other thing too,
hell yeah, we definitely gonna work that out.
You got to get me a tattoo. I want an Axel fucking tattoo. I need to.
I got you, bro. I wish I could make it to Southwest or whatever. But next time I'm
you're not that far. I bet you could drive there. I bet you could drive if you're gonna have like an Airbnb or something. I bet you could drive there, Double O.
Where's it at? It's in Texas. But I'm in Indiana
Texas.
right now.
Yeah.
You're halfway there.
Yeah, from you.
Exactly. All right, well, I'll make sure I get Double O Tats and Ash. You guys got to get connected because I could seriously see a great partnership. Because like you said, you want to get Bitcoin Cash on-ramped and onboarded onto the platform. I think this would be an advantageous way of kind of getting that conversation started. Maybe they could help with the development and some of the infrastructure costs of getting Bitcoin Cash on the platform. And then you can start offering it to people in real life at the booth when they get out of the wind tunnel with cash.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love it, bro. That's fire. For sure.
I'm a natural born chill. All right, I guess we can wrap it up here, Ash. Let people know, do you have a community, a web, like beyond the website, Discord, Telegram, your own personal account, where shout out all the socials and ways that people can get, following you and stay up to date, but also join the platform and the community?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just axel.com. Before I had any money, the first thing I bought was ax.al, like that domain. Albania, the country of Albania, has a TLD for .al, which is clean in my head. We got Get Axel on all socials, just GETAXAL, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, like all that. And yeah, the personal one doesn't matter too much. I just do a lot of tweeting these days, just Ashlyn_Ahmed. But no, yeah, that's we're trying to go mainstream, and that requires you to get outside of the Twitter bubble. That's been the main focus for the past couple of months.
Exactly, bro. And I'm like ground level, like boots on the ground. Of course, I document everything I'm doing, and I put it on social media. But the work that I'm doing is really like in person, physical, face to face. You know what I mean, and making real connection with people. Like you said, you want a tattoo now. Like I'm gonna come give you this tattoo, and like we're gonna have a connection, a bond that you're gonna never wanna forget. You know what I mean? Like, and I do that with everybody I do every single day. And I did over 75 Bitcoin Cash tattoos. And like now all these people are waiting for the opportunity to be able to spend their Bitcoin Cash. You know what I mean? Like they're part of the movement now. And like I truly believe like this is one of the best ways to create a movement of physical activity and people coming together, you know, and having like ideas, like minds, and having like images on their skin, you know what I mean? That's what creates a movement, a cultural movement. I stand wholeheartedly by it.
That's beautiful, man. Totally agree.
For sure. I'm glad
to
you
make
see
crypto cool again, man. It used to be. You know what? Crypto was like white people cool. Like basketball was like white people cool. You know what I mean? And then other cultures, and it got more diversified. And then it got what's known as globally cool. I feel like crypto's finally going to start to see like what basketball's seeing when it went globally cool. Like it's been.
Hey, look, and see, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that because you know basketball started off all white. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now look at the NBA now. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the greatest players of all time.
We need a crypto Globetrotters. That's what we fucking need, bro.
Ooh, fire. Crypto Globetrotters for sure. That's it. And that's what we is. That's my black ass.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm on the fucking team. Better not count me out, bro. I'm claiming DEI on this motherfucker. I'm getting in.
For sure.
All right, well, Ash, it's been great, man. I wish I could see you at South by South. I hope you're going to be at Bitcoin 26 in Vegas. I'll be there.
We'll try.
Oh yeah, you gotta be there, bro. Cause I can give you a 10% discount on tickets and stuff too, bro.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean,
I'm a Bitcoin conference affiliate now. You know, so you know.
We're also going to be doing a shitcoin meetup. So if you don't want to do the Bitcoin conference bullshit, we're trying to like do a side party, like side event tailgating. So either way, Vegas is going to be a vibe.
Dude, absolutely.
For sure. I live in Vegas too. So like, yeah, like bro, yeah. Like, come on. Like I said, we're making crypto cool again. And I'm probably you know, one of the top 5, you know, coolest guys in crypto. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they don't make them too much cooler.
This dude did a tattoo in the middle of a rave. It doesn't get much cooler than that.
That's so sick.
I guess I got the tattoo in the middle of the rave. That's kind of cool too.
Hey, remember you asked me what the craziest place I did tattoos and stuff, right? But I forgot I did, you know, tattoos in the airport.
The airport's the craziest. That's the craziest. You literally had a gun in your hand in the airport making somebody bleed and nothing happened to you.
Hey, what can I say? 00 tats. I was never
screaming there. Reverse racism. If that was a white guy, he would have been tackled.
You silly,
bro. I'm just saying. How do you get away with that? I can't believe you didn't. When you said that, I was like, yeah, the airport, in my opinion, cannot be topped. Like you'd have to be on the airplane doing a tattoo next.
That's how you top it.
Hey, we're working on it.
We should take a flight together. We should just take a flight together. All right, we got to wrap this up. AshAxel.com. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate all the love. Everybody, have a day.
For sure. Peace out.
Appreciate it, guys.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bro bros. Come get your Ken Bozak.